everyone, it's Diana. Let's see what the universe has for us for Tuesday the 14th, December 14th. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Fell like this. So we have Three of Swords. We have Three of Wands. Okay, first. Three of Swords. So usually when people see this card, everybody freaks out. Well, one, because it's a scary looking card. You got a heart with three swords stabbing to it. Esoterically, this card is called Lord of Understanding. A lot of times people see this card and they immediately think about breakups in relationships or heartache or divorce. I actually look at this card and I always think of maturity or getting to know ourselves. Because for us to know to when to walk away from a crazy relationship and do that breakup, it takes a certain level of understanding. That's why I think this card is also called Lord of Understanding. You have to realize and admit to yourself and the other person and come to a mutual understanding that this relationship might not work out for both of your highest and best energetically. I mean, I have plenty of friends that have relationship dramas, and especially when we're younger, when I think most of us have had that one relationship where it's so clear to the rest of the world that we are so mismatched, but for whatever reason, we just have to go through that relationship. You know, a lot of times it's puppy love or useful ignorance or just not knowing any better, or I don't know, maybe our frontal cortex just wasn't fully developed in college. And we all know that one friend who is always going through this on again, off again, like, are they together this week? Are they broken up? We all have that friend, and I use the word friend liberally. I think a lot of us have gone through relationships where every 3 days we break up and the next week we get back together. And there's very much a type of energy that this card does not represent. It's almost the opposite. This card is after you have been in that relationship of on again, off again, you arrive at a point where you understand to yourself, where you finally admit to yourself that this is what's good for me, or rather, these are what's good for me, and this person with this situation is clearly not. So when I see this card for today, the 14th of December, there's very much an energy of understanding. Like, I finally arrive at a point in life where I realize, fill in the blank, this is no longer good for me. Maybe this relationship is no longer good for me, or this job is no longer good for me, or this city is no longer good for me, and it's time for me to break up or find a new job or move to a new city or pursue a different career path. A lot of times when I see this card, there's a certain level of sadness to it, but the energy I'm getting from it right now, it's more peaceful. There's no drama. There's no incredible heartache or crazy crying. I think that part is already done. That whole gut-wrenching, I don't want to live without this person, this job, this situation. I feel like that's already, behind you. For a lot of you who's watching this, I think this is already past. Like, you've already made peace with your heart, with your mind, with your higher self. You're at the point in life where you recognize almost logically, this is no longer working out and this is what I need to do. And Three of Wands, it's almost like it has, they both have three, but the energy is so different. This is like very gloomy. It's all gray. There's three swords that's stabbing through the heart. Three of Wands, you can't see this person's face, but you almost feel like there's a level of confidence. This person is standing tall. They're looking afar. They're making plans for the next chapter in their life. There's making this grand plan of victory, of something it's almost like they're going on a voyage. And when I look at these two cards together, the energy is so much, the energy I'm getting is so much like, I always say, this is a generic energy reading. Not everything is going to apply to every single person under the sun, nor everyone who's watching the video. So it's going to be applied to some of you. Choose what you can, leave the rest. The energy I'm getting from this is, I think for some of you, you've come to the realization of XYZ is no longer working out for you. And yes, it's gonna hurt, but for the long run, it's better, and you're choosing to walk away from it. And because you let go of what's no longer serving you, you have cleared up your brain, your mind, your soul, your energy field, whatever, fill in the blank, whatever you believe in, to plan for that next chapter in your life, to maybe go back to school or move to a city or clean up your resume to look for the next job. You are now able to look into the distance, look far, and start making plans. I mean, we've all been there. If you're in a crazy drama-filled relationship and there's always fighting and crying and craziness going on, you don't have the energy or the bandwidth in your brain to think about the next months, next year. God, some of the times you can't even think about the next hour when you have that much drama going on in your life. But once you leave that situation, you can finally feel peaceful, and it's like your brain can think so much more clear, and you're able to make plans for the next chapter of your life. And then let's see what the advice card is for today. Oh, come on. Oh, something may want to come out. Oh, this one. The advice card is yin. It's the card is a lot of lavender, light lavender, pink color. It's almost like in a fountain with cloud of a figuring. I don't know if you can see this figuring here, and you see another figuring there, and there's pink flower petals that's coming up and down out of this fountain. And whenever I look at this card, I keep on thinking about the art of non-doing. And I think it's very much the philosophy that a lot of times when we're meditating, people tell me, oh, it's hard for me to meditate because I feel like I'm not doing anything. I always tell them, no, you're doing something. You're relaxing your breath. You're relaxing your body. You're just chilling out. And you're doing something that's very chill and flowy. That's for your own sanity and your health. It doesn't feel like you're doing as much because you're sitting there peacefully. It's not like you're running a marathon where you're chopping down trees or, I don't know, doing something that's very energy or action focused. And I think the message that this card is speaking to us is very much about slowing down and allowing others to show you the way moving forward. I think what I'm trying to say is, if you look at this guy, he's not really moving. You don't sense action in this card, but yet you get the feeling that he's planning, or he's strategizing, or he's coming up with like a grand plan moving forward, but you don't see it. You very much get the feeling like he's planning everything out in his head without, charging forward or getting a fight. There's a lot of action in his non-action. And I think the advice card for today is very much about let the energy flowing towards you. So maybe that I'm just giving an example here. Maybe you got out of a relationship that's just completely drama filled and it's not good for you. And then now you can plan your next step. Now that you don't have that crazy drama person in your life, or, it just could be a good person, but you guys are not good fit for each other. Like you're planning out your next life. Maybe now you're free to move to a different city or pursue a different path. And instead of jumping all in, maybe take a bit of time to just let things settle. Let your energy heal, let your heart heal a little bit, calm down, collect your thoughts, plan everything out in your mind, journal, talk to friends, get some ideas, but not rush into it. I think that's a phrase I'm thinking. It's like, don't rush into things. Let things come to you. Let the energy sort of flow around you. It's very much about, I think a lot of times when we get out of a situation, especially if it's a situation that we have wanted to get out for a long time. I know some of us have the tendency to say, oh my gosh, now I'm out of the situation. What do I do next? 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C. How do I get from here to here to here? How do I get from this crazy situation to a much better place? And I think just like chill out a little bit. Just sit for a while. It could be physically sitting for a while. It could just mean take the time to clean up around you, get rid of all your excess stuff. Like, I don't mean like throw it out. I mean, maybe put in a box and, ship it back to them. And then maybe if you got out of a job that maybe you've decided you don't want to have your current job anymore. Maybe instead of, applying for 10,000 jobs, sit there and think about what's the next job you want. Like, what are some of the things that you do like from your current job? Well, what kept you there for so long? Other than maybe, money and security, there's got to be something else that's keeping you there. And then make a list of that just to put together a plan mentally and sort of just let the universe know this is my plan, this is my next step. Don't charge into it like a bull in a china shop. And I think it's very much that you sort of set your intention out, but let the universe show you what's going to happen next. And I think things will move out a lot smoothly if you just take that little time out and let the energy flow a bit. And that's what I see for today. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow.